A Nephilim spider joining the monsoon banquet. She's caught a tiger butterfly. And he is utterly toxic. Butterfly predators need to learn this.
System error. Shutting down.
Walk, don't run. Use the handrails. Walk, don't run. Use the handrails.
Neon Temple simulation reboot in progress. Live stream initiated. Stabilizing environment.
Okay, so I'm going to keep this as brief as possible, because I'm not up there and I hate talking, like, in a specific direction where there's people behind me. Just, yeah, bad times. Anyways, so next week, if you're still feeling low on it, please see something, say something, call it out. Houston just got absolutely slammed last week. So if you've got loved ones in Houston, I know a couple people in the guild do, please reach out to them. If anybody in Houston needs anything, please reach out to the guild. Next week, we are doing, yeah, or have them ping DM. Actually, yeah, ping DM.
I've got a lot of contacts.
Yeah, so ping DM if anybody needs anything, if you have loved ones in Houston or whatever. Next week, we've got some more badge life stuff. So, as you know, the week after next week is Cyber Camp. And we are continuing to push the envelope with that. We are actually having badges this year designed by our own Artemis. And next week is going to kind of be a hip pocket class taught by her on badge life, kind of her adventure designing her first badge, how to get it printed, all that different stuff. And then we are going to do some group soldering to get those badges put together. I will not be there for that. I'm taking PTO for the first time in a very long time and will not be in the area. Say again?
Since your wedding?
Yeah, since my wedding, I'm taking PTO. So it's been a minute. I got to avoid burnout. So, yep, I'll be gone next week, but I'll be with you all in spirit. The week after that, we are doing Rabbits. If you know what Rabbits is, you'll know. What? Oh, we're not doing Rabbits?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shit.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to tell you earlier. My work script got moved to that.
Okay, well, the week after that, then, we will figure it the fuck out. So, we are just now, coming to you live. We are not doing Rabbits next week, but we'll come to you guys with what we're doing. And then the week after that, we are going to start prepping for DEF CON. For the first time in Temple history, we will have half of the Protectorate at DEF CON. The other half is staying back. I will be one of those people staying back, so I will try and get something scheduled as far as maybe doing something related to hardware hacking here at the Temple going. And then after that, we're back on normal programming. We are going to try and plan a range day coming up soon if anybody wants to get involved with that. And where is Macho? Okay, well, he's doing something. For the record, who here, I guess while we're doing this, is a guild member paying dues that does not have a meshtastic kit? Okay, where is it?
There's 3 more.
3 more. Okay, Mr. Furio Giunta, here you go. All right, and now to Bosch. Thank you, Bosch.
Whoa!
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Let's give
This
him an
was-
applause. What are we doing? Like,
This has been a lot of work behind the scenes and a lot of like panic. Will the cases actually make it on a slow boat from China? So I am just shocked and amazed that everything arrived on time given Amazon's like terribleness and the slow boat from China. Everything showed up. Also, please, if you have a kit, do me a sanity check if you haven't checked already. You should have 2 buttons in your case. If you don't have 2 buttons, please let me know I have your buttons. I swear to God, we have checked this like 3 times, both me and...
they're the green ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got 3 buttons.
Please don't fuck with me.
I'm not fucking with you. I got 3 buttons.
RJ, you have buttons? RJ needs a button.
RJ needs a button.
Well, damn it. There's your buttons, RJ.
What,
Buttons
you're
have been
gonna
solved.
Entertain you and then hand you the buttons too.
All right.
That's right.
So,
Assume the position.
shout out to Chris for his awesome poster art here. Once again, his art is awesome as always. So, brief overview. We're going to go over how did I make this as a project for my own company, how we will end up using it, and then we'll get into the how do we actually assemble this, and then by that time we should be ready to start building. And so, if you don't know me, I'm Deboche. I also did that talk as well. Once again, plugging Chris's art because it's awesome. So, the technology we're covering here today is LoRa, or long-range radio. The cool things about this is it's a license-free spectrum. So, unlike our ham night, you don't have a bunch of old people conjuring up an exam to make you do things yet. But also, the other cool thing about this is you can run encryption on it, unlike the ham bands. So when we get into the meshtastic side of this, you're actually going to be able to send messages over AES-256. So you can be able to scan QR codes, you'll be able to securely chat over LoRa, and be able to actually have confidence that those messages are secure over the air. So LoRa itself is very similar in cellular in the fact of how far you can go with it, but more similar to Bluetooth in the amount of data that you can send. So it covers a wide, broad range of spectrum, but it's low data but high range. So some use cases that this is already being used in that you guys might find interesting. So like vaccine cold chain monitoring. So as the vaccine gets made and transported, that they're able to monitor the temperatures. Animal conservation, keeping track of like rhinos, because, you know, poachers and fun stuff. Dementia patients, I'm sure everybody knows about. Just slap a bracelet on them, you'll find them. Smart farms, as you can imagine, IoT everywhere, water conservation, food safety, a smart trash can, because good God, a trash can needs to be smart these days.
Does your trash can have an IP address?
No, it doesn't. Depends. But also smart bikes. An interesting use case is airports. When you think about how many different pieces of support equipment an airport has for how many different types of airplanes, the different types of fuel, the inventory management of an airport is a nightmare scenario. So I bumped into that briefly through my work. So this is an interesting expansion of that topic as well. As you can imagine, office space is expensive. So an efficient workspace where you have the right number of butts and seats, right? Being able to do tracing of that, people will like. Similar on the animal front, they have cattle health monitoring with this. So different type of animal conservation. And then LoRa, if you pump enough power, you can do LoRa satellites in space. So lots of cool, interesting use cases for LoRa and LoRaWAN. But how we will actually end up using it in our implementation is meshtastic. So this is a open source project. So easy for us to go in, poke with it, hack on it. The interesting thing about this is it does support MQTT. So anything that you have as a sensor that you want to push information into, yes. It's not been on. Cool.
No, it was on.
Oh, okay. You can do APRS, weather sensors. You can do all kinds of interesting things. A lot of commercial applications I've seen recently is for people who have like early generation solar implementations to try and run yet another wire to monitor their solar. They'll just plug this into their solar on the roof and put another thing where the power comes in or wherever their monitoring is, so they can pull their solar sensor information over LoRa. Just because it's at their house, it's just text data sent through JSON, they're able to bring that in. If you look at the radios themselves, these are like dirt cheap. They're $18 a radio. So if you fry this, it's only an $18 radio and like a 1 week lead time if you buy it direct from Heltec. Most of these I did get through Amazon because it was faster and it was a 2-pack, so it was just select 10, I get 20 radios, I'm good to go. But if you look at other manufacturers like LilyGo, they have like T-beams, they have one that looks like a BlackBerry that you can put together. So really interesting. Yes, John.
What if you put Alibaba and like Fingo and all that into play, what's the cheapest you found one of these for?
I went for what was supported by Meshtastic. They actually, if you go, when you get into the Meshtastic app on your phone, they have links to like pre-assembled kits. But this was just like the easiest set to find plans on how to merge in a GPS radio with a battery, with like readily available 3D printable cases. Some of the other ones, this was lightly inspired by the DEF CON Next Generation event last year. Nothingness and, Vodkanaut actually has one of the other ones. Yeah, so this is a T-Deck. You can get a 3D printed case for it, and it looks no different than a BlackBerry Bold back in the day if you had one of those. The interesting thing about this particular model is you don't need to pair it with your phone. It already has a keyboard on it, so you could just directly message with this. So that is one nice, interesting improvement with that one. If you don't want to have to do the Bluetooth pairing and whatnot with that. So what I have here is a Heltec device. I got mine normally for my work project direct through Heltec. I did an order where my company paid for the FedEx, and then I didn't pay for FedEx and did China Post. And good God, did it take all of 4 weeks for it to get to me. So that was the main reason I went with Amazon on this, so we could get it within a month to be able to have this build night. And then, like I said, readily available. There's on printables. Here's the case. So if you do end up breaking yours, or you want to be fancy and have someone print it in resin for you, so it can be super hackery and transparent and all that fun stuff, you can. Or if you want to upgrade the battery to an 18650, he also has plans so that you can just like plug in an 18650 and be good to go. So it like will never die. Also, because I experimented with another LoRa radio last year from last year's Darknet NG, it didn't have a GPS radio, and I found that very frustrating. Like having it trying to pull my phone's GPS signal to try and guess where the radio was. Wasn't cool if you were trying to do any of the, like say you were going hiking on a backwoods trail and you wanted to have a record of where you were to try and find your way back out because you don't have cell signal. Well, if it's trying to use your cell phone's GPS signal, you're kind of fucked anyways. So, and then just a battery. So those are what we picked here. And like I mentioned, I'll put the slide back up at the end when we get to the wiring. It's literally signal, clock, ground, and power to the GPS. You just simply have to replace your battery terminal, which should be in your box for the one that's on the back of the radio, and plug your antennas in. This is super duper easy, but kind of easy to mess up. So I have already assembled 8 of these. This was my dev board that I ended up breaking, and I had to like file stuff, but I have some extras here. And this is just me building the last ones on what they would end up looking like. So I ended up with nice fancy radios here. We had a summit for our security team in our headquarters, and we used meshtastic, and the winners of the CTF, they received one of these radios pre-assembled by me for them as the prize for winning the CTF. So my colleague on there, he is actually going to be coming and joining us the week before DEF CON. So
Embarrassing.
he's French. He's coming from Bordeaux. So
Asian.
so please welcome him. He's super excited. He's seen a couple of the guild nights and wants to meet everyone and have a good time and hang out. So thank you for that. But once you get your radio assembled, if you have a Chromium-based browser, there is a web flasher. This is flashing on easy mode. So like I mentioned in the Discord, if you go to Meshtastic, you grab the ESP-COM3 driver, you install the driver, you go to this website on a Chromium-based browser, hit flash. It will show you in the little like connection, oh, hey, you are COM3. Click that, and it will just flash it and reboot, and it'll be live in like less than 3 minutes. So super easy. I'll put this back up when everyone else gets into the end of it. Because we have different regions and they have different radio bands, I experienced an unfortunate EU licensing when I got over there that I didn't notice. They have a 10% radio bandwidth cap every hour on their LoRa radios. So within an hour, you can only ever consume 10% of the total bandwidth. So if you are trying to like message people with this and you're having a good conversation, sorry, you've reached your maximum radio broadcast threshold for this hour. You have to wait until the next hour when you can start using the bandwidth again.
Just in Europe, though, right?
Yeah, that's just in EU 443 and 868. So being in the United States, we don't have any of this nonsense, so you're good. For those of you who are licensed ham operators, you are able to hit a toggle and get some extra features. I don't know what those features are because I am not a licensed operator, but you can put that in on there as well. And then simply once we get everything wired up, all we're really going to do is tell the Meshtastic software what GPIO pins the signal for the GPS radio will be on, and you're ready to go from that point. When you get into actually wanting to talk to other people, you'll want to set up channels. So you can choose what key length. You can do 128 or 256. I think we're all smart enough in this room to pick 256. And it's a QR code. You can scan it directly with each other. You can scan mine later when we get to that point. And you'll be able to start directly chatting through a secure connection that way. You can do unsecure comms by just finding people and tapping on them. When I started looking into this after DEF CON last year, there was nobody around. I think if I look at my phone now, there's probably about 40 LoRa radios over in Pinellas County. It's crazy. Some of them are like solar stations. Some of them are like a garden. Someone says Hellcat 2.0. Some of them are on the who's the fishing people with the Scientologists? Know before. Know before.
Fuck, we just went all the way.
Yeah, their building has like 4 radios on it. So take with that information as you will. Also, a little hidden OSINT challenge on here. If you can tell me what city this is in Europe, have fun. But also, good news as of yesterday, this is hardware that's included for the next DEF CON NG contest. So if you are heading out to Vegas with the rest of us, if you build your radio tonight, you will be able to directly participate because, hey, it's on the parts build list. So that is pretty much everything I had. But yes, RJ. So, Darknet NG is I believe it's alternate reality game that they run at DEF CON. So there is a storyline and lore behind it, and you are able to participate as an investigator. They have agents that you report things to the investigators. I wasn't able to participate last year, but I saw Trey's radio and Singer had a radio as well, and I was like, this is super cool, and I can do end-to-end encrypted comms. This is super sweet. I want one. And now that I also know John's super close, I know Vodka not super close, I hope I can actually play with this technology with other people.
Get your hams, so that way you can,
Hey.
talk about the boys or something.
Hey, you know, I'm going to try and do the ham in a day in Vegas this year. So,
Oh, nice. That's where I got mine.
I mean, might as well, right? So, right, exactly. So, that is pretty much all I had for talking, Chris. Everything else is really just going to be helping everyone out, talking crap, and.
So the people at home, they don't need to. There's no instructions or anything like that.
I mean, it's literally I'll send the slide deck out at the end as well. So if people want, I mean, I have the parts list with all the links in it, so you can put all your stuff together. Just a shout out, Singer helped us with like a promo code for PCBWay to be able to get these cases printed with a little bit of a discount. So thank you, Singer, Nothingness, as always, looking out for us. So. Dude, seriously, every time Singer comes here or does anything with us, how many of us have their wallets like shrink very quickly?
Yeah. Though there was a point in time where Singer gave me a wedding gift, so he also caused my wallet to rise, but then it sank again because he showed me something cool.
If he's having kids, then he won't be back as often.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
They're on kid number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is that. I think this is pretty straightforward. Let's get some meshes set up. That's the best I've got it, and that is the end of Prepper Month. So for those of you at home, stop doing that. Past that, yeah, I think we're clear.
It's time to say goodbye.